Plotting below stairs, I'll warrant. That footman looks a bit shifty and incendiary for my taste. He'll cause you trouble ere long. Best nip him in the bud, I think.
Just because your father has irreconcilable differences with his staff doesn't mean the same thing happens here.
Hardly irreconcilable. The matter was resolved most satisfactorily.
By threatening the bulk of them with his sabre and having the remainder shipped to Tasmania?
Perfectly healthy household atmosphere.
Do you really think so?
Well, perhaps not perfect. But, maybe I should do something to help with your staff relations. Get a bit more friendly with that little housemaid, for example. She looks well worth a dalliance.
Will you desist?
Methinks thou dost protest a little strongly, and art a trifle overprotective.
For goodness sake, stop talking that ridiculous old English manner.
There's something afoot here. How brightly doth burn the fervent, flickering flame of fancy upon my fevered and foolish features.
For you, it may be easy enough to dispose of personages. Your father, being the Home Secretary, must be a great relief when it comes to forcible deportation.
Oh, you'd be surprised. Even Home Secretaries have their problems with the press.
But I'd sooner not lose one of the maids just because you find it entertaining to help her turn down the beds at the end of the day.
Oh, perhaps you're right. Pretty though she is, I'm sure it would never have worked out. If I were to take her home, she would hardly have time to take off her coat before my father was issuing her with a one-way ticket to some unpleasant, savage-ridden Antipodean destination.
Besides, you're bound to find something to catch your eye amongst the guests at tonight's festivities.
Oh yes, hunting for skirt, my favourite pastime. Perhaps I'll find one for keeps.
Better that than be the victim of an indecently predatory female, chosen for you against your will, who will be better served as a regimental sergeant major.
Ah, yes, I'd forgotten about her.
Must be time for your medication.
I must have blacked out for a while. Well, if you're ruling out housemaids and godfathers, what sort of prey did you have in mind?
Ideally, you mean, well,